Good morning, my beautiful listeners. I am so gifted today to bring you hope, inspiration, and prosperity, because I believe that we are in a time of tremendous opportunity, tremendous. Couple things. First and foremost, I'd like to quote Henry Ford. Henry Ford says, anyone who stops learning is old at 20 or 80. Anyone who keeps learning stays young. Think about that. So if you're open, if you're continuing to learn, if you look at that as an exciting thing and not a hardship, which of course is mindset, it gives us some really, really good perspective. There's this thing going on, and a lot of people are calling it the great freak out. And they're focusing on, because it's happening, it's truly happening, in the active income world, right, where time is money and money is time. So you get paid for your time. And there's massive layoffs. There are, it's a very uncertain economic time. There's a political agenda, and banks are having issues. There's dominant headlines. The shift is being jaded by the employee-fueled great resignation. And it's just what's happening in our workforce today. And companies are pulling back after years of working from home. They're pulling you back into the office. And this is causing a lot of anxiety because people are craving time freedom. See, once you get a taste of something, you can't go back. You don't know what you don't know. I'll give you an example. When I was in corporate sales, corporate management, I traveled a lot. For those of you that know a lot of my story, I traveled, over 200 days a year for half my career. And I also did not take a vacation that left me on the ground at home for more than a week at a time, because I was really concerned. What if I liked it? Because it was not where my life went. My life was in the air. My life was well over 1,000,000 miles with a major airline, domestic miles, not getting freebies like flying 5 to 7 cities a week. And so I didn't know anything different. And I really had a good mindset about it, had all the right attitude, but also knew that there were people that didn't live like that. And what if I got a taste of that a little bit too much? What would I do? So sometimes I think we gauge ourselves, we keep ourselves in our cocoons, because what if we like the other side? So today I want to talk to that, because this is truly my story. Again, I was in corporate America. I left the corporate world at 54 years old. I was burnt out. And the reason I was so burnt out was I reached the top of that mountain and the view was no longer, for me, exciting. I looked 10, 20 years down the road and said, I can't keep doing this. This is no longer lighting me up. This is no longer getting me up and motivating me. I was losing my purpose for living. So I went into therapy, physical therapy, because I truly love the human body. And in that time, I had gone back and forth with my own business, and then I went into private practice, into an integrative clinic. And there is where I met a network marketing company that was all about nutrition. I will tell you, when I was first presented it, I said, sure, sounds like a good idea. And they handed me some information on a CD, and I put it away. And when I had the time to take a 4-hour travel up to where the person they called the sponsor asked me to look at it, I felt a little compelled to do that. Not so much that I was interested in it, because I thought I had great nutrition, great energy. And after all, now I'm working in a health environment with a herbologist, et cetera. But I felt compelled to do that because she had invited me to her beautiful, beautiful home up in Door County, Wisconsin. So anyway, long and the short, I listened and it intrigued me. I was open to learning. And so my next step was I went and I tried the products and I thought, okay, I'd like to learn more. And then I looked at the compensation plan because as a businesswoman, and I knew because they told me, I knew nothing about network marketing. But they told me that there was a compensation plan, a business model attached to this nutrition. So I quickly looked at that, and that got my attention, actually much more than the nutrition, because I am a businesswoman and I now have my own business. And I'm very focused on being able to pay the rent, pay my couple of employees that I had brought in to work alongside of me. And it got my attention. And then I took the nutrition. I seriously made a 30-day commitment to taking the nutritional system that they recommended, which was weight management. And in 3 days, I felt a difference. And in 5 days, I said, wow. And in 30 days, I said, yeah, these are exceptional products at exceptional prices. And went on with that journey as a part-time, multiple stream of income. Certainly much more ecstatic about what the products were doing for my energy, for my mindset. I had just reached menopause and the hot flash syndrome started and ended immediately when I had nutritional rebalancing. So that was quite exciting for me. And I was sharing. So that was growing my business, which certainly was wonderful. And again, it was a part-time, really focused on my physical therapy work as a practitioner. So that is where I was 13 years ago. A couple of years ago, I walked out of practice with all that went on through the pandemic, and my beloved doctor that I worked with in a different clinic has now passed, God rest his soul. And I just decided it was time to step out of that world. And I'm also older, I'm in my mid 60s, and I wanted to just focus on something that gave me a lot of time freedom. Again, I went back to my network marketing, my e-commerce business, and I really gave it an evaluation of full focus, which is what I'm doing now. So the story I am sharing with you is all about looking towards a vision towards the future, because with everything that's going on, as I expressed to you in the beginning of this conversation, I am not choosing because I have the ability not to live in that freak out. And I feel really so blessed and so really smart to have done that, that's why I'm bringing that to you today. So what I'd like for you to do is, if you're listening to this podcast, thank you first and foremost. And if you're feeling any kind of need for change, whether it's your energy, sleep, beauty, anti-aging, anything like that, our products are phenomenal. But I also want you to evaluate anything that you're looking at as what we call a side hustle. And specifically, if you're looking at social selling, network marketing, e-commerce businesses. So I know there's a lot of multi-level marketing companies, and I want to be very clear, multi-level marketing in my world means that things cut off as you go. And my company, I do not define it as a multi-level marketing company. I know the internet does, but it just goes, it pays you forever. It's a network marketing company in e-commerce. But I want to give you some guidelines. If you are looking at this industry, which is exploding, you know, the United States has not been the most cordial to network marketing. It's all in, like the Asian countries, you typically have an active income full-time job and a network marketing job to supplement your income. And that is per adult per household. So let's say in Japan, as an example, if you have a mom and a dad, they have a full-time active income job, and both have a secondary income, a passive income network marketing or multi-level marketing or social selling. They are all a very different definition, big industry. And so I want to really just talk to something that was taught to me when I first came here, and it's continued to let me evaluate if I've, am I in the right place, and am I staying in the right place? And so from a 0 to a 10, I believe, and some of the top people in this industry that I take a lot of counsel from, they're successful, they have a lifestyle that I completely buy into, meaning time freedom for me is everything. I love to have purpose. I really enjoy working. I really enjoy serving and helping others, but I am all about the time freedom. I get to work when I want, where I want, and how I want. And that is extremely important to me. So the 5 areas that I would ask you to look at anything you're evaluating in our world of e-commerce, social selling, network marketing, or multi-level marketing is, are the products a 10 of 10? Can you put your body behind them? Are you feeling wowed? Are you feeling trust? And are you feeling consistent improvement? Consistent improvement. The second thing I would ask you is, know what your company is all about. Who are the founders? What's the story? How long have they been in business? What's the fabric of the owners or the board, right? If it's a public company. The third would be the compensation plan. Is it something that you A, understand, and B, believe is something that you can really make money at? Not pie in the sky. And there has to be a system attached to it. I believe strongly that if there's a company out there that's asking you to be the sales and marketing arm for them, as network marketing is, they have to deliver you a system to do that work, because everything revolves in sales around a selling system. The fourth would be the industry. Understand this industry of multi-level marketing, network marketing, social selling. And that really is varied by the compensation plan. Like I said, companies that have levels that they pay you to, they call some of the compensations breakaways. Some of us, our company is I'll plug it here, is the only company that I know of, and our industry leaders have told me is the only company that pays you forever. It's pretty incredible. And then the fifth and the strongest piece of this evaluation is you, a 10 of 10. I mean, the commitment that you make, this is a simple business, yet it is not easy. It is not easy to continually stay motivated without a coach, mentor, team. It's simple to understand what's need to be done. It's not easy to continually go out and work and do, especially if you're not trained and skilled in understanding what rejection is, what sales is, what the system is, what communication is. Those are areas where you need, again, a coach, mentor, or team to help you. So, the 5 areas, again, the product, the founders, the compensation plan, the industry, and the you, really, you need to have a goal of being able to be a 10 of 10. The ability for whatever you're looking at to provide you with the ability to become a 10 of 10. Are you going to start a 10 of 10 of anything you're new at? I think that's unrealistic. I really do, right? You hear the cliche all the time. The master was once a disaster. I've been in this industry now, for me, 13 years. And I will tell you, only at year 10, 11 did I really get a vision, a focus, and even an identity that I called myself a network marketer. When I first moved into the corporate world, graduating from college, being a high achieving athlete, the identity of becoming a corporate person and really identifying with everything that went with takes time. Some people believe there's a 50,000 hour, or I think it's 10,000 hours, 10,000 hours of, understanding what you're doing. And what comes along with that is the identity of what you're doing. When I first got into becoming a therapist and the schooling, the work, the certifications, the application, getting to understand, bedside manner, getting to know clients, getting to know working for myself. Boy, that was a biggie, I do believe strongly, though, coming out of a active income corporate environment into entrepreneurship, even though it's very challenging and it can be very lonely if you're not connected to coaches, mentors, or teams, I think it is an easier transition than being an entrepreneur and then going into something as structured and as linear as a active income corporate position. It's just my opinion. At least it's probably because it's my story, but my story and my opinion tend to align, as most all of ours do. So today I wanted to just really bring this frantic environment to a place of calm, a place of more ability as time goes on to have more time. And then as you age, there are people that retire that literally go back to work very quickly because they have too much time. So you go from very little time to having too much time on your hands. And with the work that I do, I'm able to manage time, and it's really cool. And I'm able to manage income productivity. And that's really cool too. So I thought I would share with you today my own individual story, and then also provide you some counsel about when you're looking at potentially a side hustle or the e-commerce, or even jumping into it full time. I don't advise anyone, unless you have expertise in an area, to just go from this to that. I know when I left the corporate world and I was building my practice, this was a dance, right? I moved into practice. I moved, it was a dance. I built my books working on Saturday to build my clientele. So when I left the corporate world and went into full-time practice, my books were full. So, do everything with a strategic touch. Again, if you're more tactical, meaning A to B, B to C, then you are strategic, meaning that you want to look out 5 years and work backwards. Get a coach, mentor, team behind you, a company that can help lead you, or a tribe that is already doing the do, and you can latch arms with them and just follow where they go. So today I want to thank you for opening up your mind to learning a little bit more about me, and learning a little bit maybe about yourself and your future. Cast that vision for yourself, friends, because it's pretty exciting to grow and to go. It's, we never want to stop growing. As my dear coach and mentor, Brendan Bouchard, says to me every single day, and that would be a major clue. All right, friends, make it a great day. This is Michelle. Peace out.